So we've had some media stuff this week ahead of the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. A lot of people are talking about the size difference when both guys came face to face. That is huge, and they're hyping it up as trouble for Canelo Alvarez. See, the difference between Canelo and Chavez Jr. is that despite the fact Canelo is, maybe walking around 180 pounds and Chavez is walking around at 200 pounds, I'm talking about pre-camp. The difference is that Canelo is 180 pounds of pure athlete and Chavez Jr. is 200 pounds of pure something else. Let me not even insert the expletive there, all right? But he's certainly not 200 pounds of pure athlete. So I don't really take too much from the size difference, to be honest. Chavez Jr. is going to be seriously depleted in terms of his weight anyway, in Canelo's favor. We're going to see the best Canelo we've ever seen in this fight because he's going to be 64 pounds? The heaviest he's been able to weigh in for any fight in his career so far. So he's going to be energized, strong, fast. And Chavez Jr. is going to be slow, even slower than he normally is, weak, not really energized, so on and so forth. I know he's got a long camp and all this kind of stuff, but you can't have a whole career full of bad habits and bad living and correct it all with one camp. It don't work like that. This is something you have to live on a year-by-year basis. And Chavez Jr. don't live the life. This is a guy who got caught by police on a DUI while he was in training camp for a fight. Think about that. How the hell are you going to get a DUI when you're in training camp? Driving under the influence. When you're in training camp. That's what this guy's been doing for years. Whereas Canelo has been the consummate professional. He treats his body like a temple. You've never seen Canelo out of shape. This guy's always in shape. We've seen Chavez Jr. out of shape plenty of times. Now, if you had somebody who was a precocious talent in terms of skills and ability, then maybe you could say, oh, well, he's out of shape, but he's got this skill and ability. So maybe with a proper camp this time around, he'll be able to do Canelo some serious damage or, give him some serious problems. But Chavez Jr. is not that guy. He's not a highly skilled fighter. He's a very crude, rudimentary fighter. He's slow. He's easy to hit. And he's been getting by just on his sheer size and physical strength over opponents who are much naturally smaller than him when he had his run at middleweight at least. That's what he was doing, just bulldozing people who were too physically small and weak to be able to keep him off. He wasn't doing anything scientific. He wasn't doing anything slick or special from a technical point of view. So, yeah, I really don't play too much into the size difference. If anything, it will just give Canelo a bigger target than he's used to and allow him to reel off those extremely impressive combinations. The same kind of stuff we saw him do against Smith in his last fight. It will be that and then some against Chavez Jr. Now, Chavez Jr. might be tougher than Smith. He might be able to take more punishment. It remains to be seen. It depends how drained he is. But he's certainly a guy with a very good chin as a middleweight. Or he used to have anyway. So, we'll see how much he can take. But I'm expecting this to be Canelo versus a human punching bag. That's what I'm expecting. I'm not really expecting much from Chavez Jr. at all. So, obviously, the Canelo team, De La Hoya, and a lot of the Canelo fans are going to be hyping the situation up. Oh, look how dangerous it is for Canelo here with Chavez Jr. being so big. Yeah, of course they're going to do that, and that's cool, but that's certainly not the way I see it. I see this as an exhibition, really. I don't really see this as a legitimate fight. I just see it as an exhibition. It's a big fight for Mexico. These are the two most well-known Mexican fighters at this point. So it's a casual, fan-friendly event. That's what it is. you know. So no disrespect to any of the fans or whatever who like the fight, but that's just the way I see it. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about Chavez versus Canelo, Canelo versus Chavez, whatever. The size difference, how significant you think it is, and am I selling Chavez Jr. short? Can he actually do something here against Canelo Alvarez? He's got Nacho Berestein in his corner. But again, I don't think bringing in Nacho is going to make much difference for this one training camp. You know, Nacho Berestein's fighters are known to be very good technically. He's not going to turn somebody as crude as Chavez Jr. and undisciplined as Chavez Jr. into Marquez or anything close in one training camp. It's just not going to happen. And that's what he would need to be, I think. He'd need to be a lot more technical to be able to beat Canelo Alvarez. There was a couple of fights early in Chavez Jr.'s title run at middleweight where he briefly, at least, boxed on the back foot, used his height and reach. If he's going to listen to Nacho Berestein, that's what he needs to do. He needs to use his height and reach, keep Canelo away because he's got a massive height and reach advantage. Force Canelo to come at him. Don't play into Canelo's hands by marching forward like he used to, like he usually does, because he will just get ripped to pieces. If he actually uses his height and reach and tries to box and forces Canelo to come to him, I don't know how long he could do that in a fight, because even when he was doing it during his title run, he would only do it for a round or so and then go back to coming forward. You know, perhaps that was a tactical thing, or perhaps he just couldn't keep up the movement. I don't know. So yeah, if he manages to box on the outside, then maybe it's possible that he'll give Canelo some issues. But at this particular weight, I don't see him having the legs to do that for 12 rounds or 10 rounds, however long the fight is scheduled for. So yeah, I just see a dominant win by Canelo, maybe even a stoppage. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, people. It's happening. I'm out.